in front of me, which you can see. See if I can angle this right again.
Pizza power!
Okay, so what we're doing is I'm getting footage for Turtles in Time, so I can show the difference between the arcade version and the Super Nintendo version, and if I could beat it, the Genesis version, which is called Hyperstone Heist.
Let kick shell!
So, I'm trying my best here. There we go. I haven't played this in a little bit, so I may be a little rusty. Oh crap, I do need that. And the one reason I am playing as Donnie is I'm trying to get used to him in the original game. Because I gotta cut 10 minutes off my run on that for a better time. Not trying to do it too hard. Hence is why you haven't seen me streaming any. But it is something I am
Prepare to die!
wanting to do or get better at and do eventually. Even though there was more than one there. I rolled or flipped right into that.
Pizza time!
See if I can do this right. Or not, because I'm being really bad at the boss. That's what I needed to do. Tells you how long it's been since I played this, hence why I'm playing this version first, before I play the Super Nintendo version. This one I have infinite lives as long as I keep lives in my counter, you know. Hey! Man, I got those quarters ready to go. What I gotta do is get better at my hits. Like that. Pull that a little bit. Doesn't help where I'm sitting at because of the light above me, but I'm afraid to turn it out. Ooh, I didn't even see that off screen. I'll be doing my best to look at chat while I'm playing too, so if I don't see your message, man, this is the only one of those arcade machines that I wanted to get until now. And the other one I want to get is the NBA Jam one, because that's the other game that I played a lot in the arcade. Let me know if I'm loud enough. I bought it for $3.50. It was on sale for $50 or $50 off. I think the going price is like $400. But you do get the riser with it as well, so that's an extra $50 that it normally would be. So riser plus licensing. So I think the new games are a lot more expensive than the older ones. Because a lot of the new ones, licensings are kind of expensive. Crap, I didn't want to do that yet. It was somewhat hard to put together by yourself, but it's still somewhat easy to do.
I'm going to remind you green slime balls.
See if I do this right. Or not, I'll just get my butt kicked.
Pizza time.
I will say my local Walmart has a crap ton of these, so I don't think they sold nearly as well. But I think that's mainly because of the price. I do another like look at the actual thing after I beat the game. The other thing I really need to get used to is not being able to spam the specials. That's like the hardest thing with the difference between this and the console version. God, I'm bad at this.
My toes! My toes!
When practicing so much of the original game, like, I let whatever little bit of skill I had at this game fade away. Dang it, I need a pizza.
Magic shell!
I like using Donnie because of his reach, but Leo's feels a little bit faster to me whenever I play as him. My God, man, it is. But I live in a house where I have an elderly person living here too, so I'm taking precautions, not letting them go out while I'm trying to do everything I can. So I understand, you know, I understand the precautions with it.
My toes! My toes!
I laugh at some of it, but I am appreciative of some of the cautions they are taking. Dang it. Yeah.
Pizza time!
Luckily, for me, I don't have one currently, because again, I'm caring for someone here. But it does suck because I know a lot of friends that are having to deal with that. I'm not trying to get a high score, but part of it's like, yeah, do it anyway.
Let it shout!
Try to keep 8. So if you don't know the console version, this is the one big difference so far. Arcade, I don't go to the Technodrome. This game I do.
Prehistoric turtle saurus.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's uncalled for, but it's like if we keep having people around each other, it will spread quicker, I guess you would say. But I don't think anybody was ready for the, 2-week shutdown of everything. And the without pay thing does hurt a lot of people. I think that's on companies. They should be willing to, what do you call it, support their employees. Oh, as soon as I get a chance to, I'll read that comment. Or I'll read the chat, whatever it's called right now. Yeah, I get that. Like, people in the medical field, if it wasn't for you guys, I would be more scared, But I know you guys are doing everything you can and putting yourself at risk for it all. God dang it.
Pizza power!
Oh no, I'm gonna die. Oh, I did die. There we go. Oh my goodness. I hope you get at least a couple days off a week if you're gonna be keeping that up. Or are they making you guys do like 5 or 6 days a week?
Forgot the sun cream.
Oh my goodness. Dang it. Try not to get burned. There we go. Oh man, pizza was right there too. Well, I hope
Pizza time.
on your day off you at least get some kind of relaxation.
Man, I just had a shower. Let it shout.
Crap, I did the wrong one.
Man, I just had a shower.
Oh my goodness. And I just pushed the game away.
I just had a shower.
I want to point out I'm not trying to do anything fancy here. This is one of the other differences. Is this boss.
Cowabunga!
Like, Do they
Skull
disinfect the
and
suits, I guess,
crossbones.
before you leave certain areas of the building? Is that how they do that? Or is it you just go into a room, take the suit off, and then... Okay. All I can say is stay safe and thank you for being in the field that helps take care of people. That has to get expensive too.
My toes! My toes!
Stupid thing. Messed that up.
Let it shout!
Trying not to use the dang specials. So see, I understand that because, you know, they're worried about you. But at the same time, you gotta, like, go in anyway.
Look! My nose! Look!
Oh, God.
My nose! Pizza power!
These guys out here, I hate those guys. And these stupid yo-yo guys.
Let it shout!
Well, I'm happy you're spending some your downtime watching here.
Ooh,
Try to make it as entertaining as possible. Streams normally aren't that long because I don't normally get a lot of time to stream, I guess you would say.
ooh, I feel seasick.
Like tonight's going to be a playthrough of this. Tomorrow's going to be a playthrough of the Super Nintendo version. So each stream's going to be like almost an hour, if not a little bit less, depending on how bad I'm playing this game, like right there.
Pizza time.
Didn't want to get that.
Ooh, I feel seasick.
Alright, let's see if I can do this. Maybe not.
Let it shout!
Man, when I used to work at Amazon, I was pulling like 13-hour days. I would sleep for close to a full day on my day off. Like, it's crazy when you work those long hours like that, with how much you actually want to sleep and how tired your body gets. Oh, I got shocked.
Let it shout!
Hopefully are you having, like, troublesome people at your job, at the place you work at, whenever you have, patients or whatnot? So that's one thing I see every time I go in, whenever I actually have to go to the ER and stuff, is like, everybody's just having an attitude that's a patient and not understanding that. That's nice that at restaurants and stuff are giving you guys free lunch and dinners. That's really nice. Okay. One of my favorite levels. Because I like trains. Oh! Shell shock. That is really nice that you guys haven't had any deaths yet.
Ooh, I feel seasick. Let it shout!
I'd like to stay right at 8 lives until right at the end. Once I get to the future of Krang, that's why I'll let them start getting down to like 1 or 2.
Ooh, I feel seasick.
Woo. Those guys out. Not the one I wanted to do. Yeah, but it's really good that you guys are able to keep people from dying with all this stuff. I did not want to get that yet. Go get those guys out. God dang it.
Let it shout!
Dang it. There we go. Try not to yell because I know this camera is somewhat turned up kind of loud. Those guys out of here. I know I applied at a local hospital here for like data entry and stuff, but I haven't got hired yet on any of that stuff, but I'm assuming you guys need like more nurses and stuff, but I'm also assuming it's a long time to go to school for all that stuff, right?
Oh, goody. Pizza time.
Oh, dang. Yeah, I think I applied 2 years ago for data entry. And when I got called by a recruiter, like, what do you want to do? I'm like, I don't know. I want to help out. I don't mind doing data entry. Like, well, yeah, with your background, you wouldn't be able to do that. I'm like, how? That's all I did for a little over 2 years. I can see how the spamming of the specials makes this a lot quicker.
Let it shout!
Right to the gut. Oh wow. So you've been in there for a while, I'm assuming? Where's my drink?
Neon Knight Rider.
Oh. So I hit the camera again. Back off. This level is somewhat different too in the Super Nintendo version. Neutral? Yep, there it goes. I did that the wrong way. I will admit, with me, over Christmas, I went back to my long-term job that I had for a seasonal time, and it was really weird going back in there, because, man, a lot of the people that I worked with, like, we didn't think you would come back. I'm like, well, I need a job. But the work was all the same, but different. How would you feel going back to the ambulance operator? Or dispatcher, sorry. Dispatcher. I said go up. Or not. Like, it feels weird going back to something you used to do. And then... I don't know. I'm just rambling now. That's the wrong one. Oh god.
Let it down.
So if you haven't played Super, the difference with this version is you're only going sideways to the right. The Super Nintendo had the vertical scrolling with the Super FX chip. I bet you heard some, like, disturbing things, I guess you would say, dealing with ambulance, and so even in the hospitals in general. That's the thing I don't know if I can handle. I got a weak stomach, so... Woo! See, I can believe that. Like, oh my goodness.
Let it down.
Alright, Krang. My fingers hurt already. Holy crap.
Let it down.
Oh, I'll look at that in a second. Oh! Tired of getting kicked by him. There we go.
You're going to pay. Cowabunga!
It's good at least that you got to get promotions and work your way up through the hospital and whatnot. Or through the ER. I guess that would be the hospital.
No turtle has gone before.
You might hear my dog with the weird sound. She's dreaming right now, so...
I'm trapped.
This is where I'm gonna get conservative with my continues and stuff. Dang, I didn't hit the one I wanted to hit.
I feel seasick.
I love the fact that a couple weekends ago I had people over here. And I wasn't paying attention, but this got turned on. And I was like, cool. And my friends didn't realize with the first game, like, if you don't die on at certain parts of the game, like, you have more enemies and whatnot. It was funny watching them play through the first game and having that happen. And their eyes lit up whenever they realized they didn't have to, like, conserve life for specials and stuff. Oh crap, I didn't want to do that, I forgot. What's your favorite turtle? Or character in Turtles, I guess.
Pizza time. Now on.
No, I'm frozen. Don't mind that flashing, that is part of this level. Mine has to be Leo because green and blue and katanas are like my favorite things when it comes to colors and like what kind of style of weapon when I was a kid. But now it's crap, I didn't want to get that
yet. Forgot the sun cream. That gate shell.
I want to say now it's getting more Donnie. Just because I'm playing this more and I like the bow staff more. Oh crap, you like Donnie? Oh, you like purple? Out of all the toys when I was younger, I had the most toys from him. And I had the least amount of Leonardo toys.
Ooh, I feel seasick.
Right. So I'm going to start getting lower and lower in life and continue at when I hit 0. Which will happen quickly because I can't kill this guy.
You cats are dead. I'm trapped. Anyone got a pin? Yeah. I'm trapped.
Oh, dang it.
Anyone got a pin? Anyone got a pin?
That was what I hit.
I'm trapped. I'm trapped!
Oh.
Anyone got a pin?
What games you playing on there?
I'm trapped!
See, this is what I can't stand about this boss. Sometimes I can hit him just fine. Sometimes I can't.
Let it down! Anyone got a pin?
Oh man, I just finished my second playthrough in that, and I need to start actually playing at the level of characters and stuff. And there's a couple teams I want to try.
I'm trapped!
I'm able to play as X-Men, and it was so much fun. Especially once they added Cyclops, you know. Man, we gotta fix that. One day I have some extra time and you're off. I can help you going through it if you want to.
I'm trapped! Let it down!
Ooh, I wasn't paying attention.
I'm trapped! Stop! Anyone got a pin?
So the other reason why we're only doing one of the games today is my stomach's upset because I had too many beans for dinner. We got a big can of beans for like a family barbecue, and we ended up raining all day yesterday, so we didn't do it. So then I ate a crap ton of beans today. I didn't want to waste any.
I'm
So good though.
Anyone got a pin?
Oh, my hand.
Let it down! I'm trapped! I'm trapped! Anyone got a pin?
Dang it. There, I got him.
That hole's our way home. Let's go!
Woohoo! Now, with you being on your first playthrough, how far into it are you for Marvel? Because that determines what level of character I need to run as. Come on, Shredder. Alright, I used to be able to read his crap decently well, but not that well anymore.
Let it down!
Oh, okay. That means I can pick one of my low characters that I haven't even used yet. I probably shouldn't even entered that extra credits. This is stupidly cheap to use a special like this. It's like, he's already flashing. I only got a few of them, but I'll make sure they're level appropriate. By the way, how long has the stream been going for? 'Cause if I'm under an hour, I want to be happy. I've been able to, stick with it. I'm gonna get to 0 before I use it, another one. Mate, ooh, crap. Because I don't want to... Okay.
Let it down!
This game doesn't give me points for my extra lives. It just makes me play through the game again until I get a game over. There you go. I can't even see it. I can't even see it. Hold on.
Our 4 reptilian heroes have overcome the Arc villain Shredder.
Okay, about 40 minutes. That ain't bad. You're fine, dog. So yeah, this is what it does once you beat Shredder. I'm gonna let it kill me so I can enter my score or my name, and then I'll show you a quick overview of the cabinet again, like I've done twice now, I think, when I stream this stuff. But it'll give it, you know, whoever hasn't seen it a good look at. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick a better spot to put the cabinet in, because that glare is real. What's up, baby? Watch the wire. Watch the wire. Thank you. You know, I am gonna be putting this up, and you're like laying right in the middle. My dog don't care. Here we go.
Oh, shell shock.
Yeah, like, that's my dog on the floor. If it angles down far enough. Like right behind the cabinet. See if I mess up my own name again. I didn't do it. Almost did it. How much am I? Okay, 18 points higher. That ain't bad. Alright, let me get the dog to move here. Hey, move. Spirit. Move. Move. Come on. Move. Downstairs. Come on. Right there. Sit right there. Alright, so do it this way. Here are the, I guess, decks. And then there is the control top. There's the original Turtles arcade style, whatever you want to call it. Let me lower this a little bit. You can see the mess in my room. Oh man, like, this is a cool machine. And I'm gonna scoot it back so you guys can see. Now I'll lower this a little bit. Yeah, I'm using my tripod for all this jazz, so. There we go. And that is the base with this stand here is what's the 50 extra bucks is for the game. Because those are decently expensive. And I'll show you the side of this real fast. I actually take the camera out while I do this. You can see the top there. I just gotta try to get, there we go. Sorry about the extra noise. But we'll have a seat here while we end this. There we go. So yeah, that's the look of the arcade. I do that every time I play. So usually if somebody new always dropping in because I'm streaming the arcade cabinet of it, so they want to see what it looks like. So that's why I do that every time for anybody who doesn't know. Also, like I said, keep an eye out tomorrow sometime. Make sure you turn on notifications. I'll stream the Super Nintendo version, and we will get footage for that. That'll be a no mic stream, and I'll be able to piece it with stuff from this, and we'll just look at each level and see how it's different. That's what the end product will be. So tomorrow will just be a normal stream of me playing the game without a microphone or a camera, that kind of stuff. Well, thank you, buddy. Well, I can't tell you how much I had to save just to get this. Like, it's ridiculous. And I was afraid to get it because where I got it was my old job at a Walmart, and I saw how they handled stuff as they came in. So I was afraid to even buy it from them. But I took the chance, bought it, and it's in a lot better shape than most of the other ones are that I've seen people buy. Because I've seen a Pac-Man one come back, crack right down the middle of the screen. Same with Street Fighter. And we have two of them in the break room, or we had them there when I worked there. Both were Pac-Man and Street Fighter. Street Fighter, again, had a crack down the center. Pac-Man had the stuff on the joysticks and buttons, or the deck, I guess it would be, wearing off. So that's why if you saw on mine, there's a little bit of a plastic thing on mine that I'm keeping on it, so that doesn't happen. Yeah. This is a good thing. This is usually, I turn it on when I'm having a rough day, so this is what I use to relax every once in a while. Whenever I have people over, we end up turning it on and playing. I will warn you, playing as Raph and Leo are the hardest because the screen's small. So it's not a wide screen, it's like a smaller screen, but it's still wider than the standard 1-Up arcade. I think if they would have made it a little bit wider, it would have been perfect. But you can always mod that stuff. I haven't looked into any of it. I know there's a way, or a kit I can get to pull the feed from the cabinet into the TV, so I can have an HDMI out coming from the cabinet, which then I can put in my video card. And we wouldn't be using this camera to do all that jazz, but that involves money. And the ability to know what I'm doing when I do it, so I'm a little worried about all that jazz. But anyway, thank you guys for joining. Don't forget to hit the follow button. If you can, sub. If not, I understand, and turn on notifications. And down below the video, there will be links once this is not live anymore for all the Patreon, PayPal, donations, all that kind of stuff. But there are some below the video as well currently if you're watching live. So, peace out. Thank you guys for joining. Have a wonderful night. If I can find my mouse.